international scene that CHEN Meng has had. CHEN Meng was out during injury, or out to injury, for quite some time. After a final match with Zhu Yuling. Remember a very touching moment where Zhu Yuling stood over her to make sure that she was okay, offering her, I believe it was a coat or maybe a towel to keep her warm. So WANG Manyu, the 34th seed in this tournament, only 18 years old, was the 2014 World Junior Table Tennis Champion. So we've got two World Junior Champions here. It's their first time playing on the World Tour. You can see some statistics here. Past results in 2017. Semifinals at the China Open. It's quite an accomplishment for CHEN Meng. Arguably the fourth player in the top four since the exit of Li Xiaosha, the Olympic gold medalist from 2012, who had a rematch against Ding Ning in Rio in 2016. Quite an exciting battle. Very dramatic match in 2012. Emotions ran quite high. So WANG Manyu definitely has an age, 18 years old. And again, you heard about her world rankings, but her game is so smooth. Had a chance to commentate with Richard Prause yesterday, the sports director for German table tennis. And as strong as Gu Yuting was in the round before against Feng Tianwei, when she played WANG Manyu, it just appeared that all weapons had been diffused. WANG Manyu so comfortable in her backhand. In the blocking game, the short stroke, but if you give her a little bit of time, can also play for power. So we'll see. More experience on the international stage from CHEN Meng, more experience, period. 5 years the senior. CHEN Meng on the receive, WANG Manyu to serve.
When low.
Solid start to take her first serve for a point directly.
Love 2.
Quite fired up, I think, with the marvelous 12 going on right now in China. WANG Manyu understands the pressure here, that this is such a big opportunity. She's able to beat CHEN Meng. Who knows if she could sneak into the top 4.
Lit.
Either way, more likely a chance to represent China at the World Championships in Dusseldorf in late May and early June. Nice backhand punch. Sees WANG Manyu starting to move to the backhand side. Takes her time to make this shot. This shows great confidence from a player too, when they realize they've earned a ball that's a little bit higher. Not to rush it, but to see where the opponent goes, because placement is so important out here. Once again, out to the wide forehand. Both players converting their serves to points. CHEN Meng so steady in that backhand, creating the open angles. Playing it down the line. We saw this in doubles as well. Again, you're looking at the two women's doubles champions here, playing against each other for the singles title as well.
2, 3.
A little bit of the back edge, it appeared. But very deliberate play with this long push. Look how deep on the table it is. Catches WANG Manyu, making a softer, spinny shot.
3 all.
Now this technique to keep the ball short, coming around the side of the ball a little bit. We saw Feng Bo doing this very well. WANG Manyu using it to her advantage. Both players actually, but WANG Manyu getting a little bit better touch on that ball.
Four, 3. Three, 5.
CHEN Meng confidently playing. Again, she's so comfortable on both wings. As much as we saw this from WANG Manyu, she still favors, it seems, the backhand. at least the backhand side of the table, maybe looking to step around for the forehand, but it leaves open the wide forehand. And there's a backhand to win it. CHEN Meng's trying to stay consistently on the backhand side, pin WANG Manyu until she has a clear opening. But WANG Manyu wastes no time with that backhand shot, wide out to the forehand side.
Six, four.
Soft touch right at the back of the table, jams up WANG Manyu. From this angle, you have a little better sense of the height on the ball. But enough backspin on the ball will help it bite the table and stay short. Looked like that ball was going to come longer to WANG Manyu.
Six, five.
From the reach of that push, the way CHEN Meng played it from out in front, just a little bit late to get the body in, you'll see more of a reaching shot. A little bit off balance, and it costs her when she comes back for the next ball.
Late. 6-5.
Moving a little bit more central on the table here to change things up. Could see a fast long serve to the backhand. Little help from the edge of the table, but started off with a short to the middle serve. Again, element of surprise on this serve. Just keeping the patterns unpredictable by changing up the placement on that serve. Vladimir Samsonov is excellent at doing this. You'll see him sliding all around the table for his serves. Just never know what you're going to get. Very smart, conscious play. The final shot was so much power, the grunt of CHEN Meng for the winner. Unlike the doubles, this is a best of 7 match. First player to win 4 games wins the match. Nice play to the middle, the step around forehand. Again, there's been a lot of conversation in the last 2 weeks about the evolution of the women's game. How things have changed a bit. A little bit more spin we see, more physical fitness, but still playing to the middle and both sides, men's and women's. It's a very effective strategy to create an opening on either wing. Look at the speed and pace here. WANG Manyu able to hang with everything from the higher spinny shots, the arcing shots, the fast drives, the punches, the counters. So quick on top of the table. Look how close she is. She has a few forehands in there. The second forehand finally just fans it up. That extra bit of spin and the change of pace breaks the rhythm to win the point.
Eight,
3 points in a row for WANG Manyu from down 5-8. A lot of Chinese fans in the crowd here come from all over the world to see Zhang Jike and others. In some cases just Zhang Jike, but they're very much excited to see the finals today for both the women's and the men's. We could hear some cheering in the crowd. Beautiful shot, the hooking forehand. CHEN Meng with some serious power from right behind the table. Breaks the momentum. And for me, the point changed when WANG Manyu was right on top of the table and CHEN Meng spun it deep. Got a more passive shot back and was able to come back in and take control. Talked about it yesterday, how the top players in China are constantly looking to take it, I'd say to move in, to blitz the table.
9, 4.
This is very valuable real estate to be on top of the table. Losing your positioning in depth can be quite costly. That's what all this practice pays off. I'd say what all this practice is for is being able to take the ball consistently early on top of the table. So it's been a back and forth struggle. Despite CHEN Meng being up 8-5, It's now tied up at 9 points each, and unclear which way this game will go, but the serves on the side of CHEN Meng. Heavy backspin, but a clear read as WANG Manyu lifts. Watch how clear she is in this backhand. The Chiquita from over the table in the backhand corner. Quite a difficult shot. WANG Manyu using the wrist well, now has game point in the first game. Once again, CHEN Meng in the cross-court forehand. Quite powerful. We haven't seen WANG Manyu really settling into the counter. Not when CHEN Meng gets the opening forehand like this and has the time. Slightly shorter stroke from WANG Manyu, trying to retrieve, but still keep some spin and pressure on. Deuce in game one.
Tino.
Chasing around, blocking all over the backcourt. The more aggressive player, the player that works harder, takes the point here. As we talked about yesterday, the active play and the physical fitness pays off. CHEN Meng, much more active here, is controlling the point from the start. Well, it takes many shots to do it. The quality of these blocks still don't deter CHEN Meng. Might have told you yesterday that CHEN Meng lost significant weight, some time, and looks so fast and fit out there, and it's really paying off. Game point for CHEN Meng. Once again, the active play, it's the forehand. This is the game that CHEN Meng wants. She saves a game point, wins 3 in a row from down 9-10. Takes it back, was up 8-5. Lost 3 in a row, but really showed some mental toughness out here. And of course, a quality forehand. Enjoy the highlights. We'll be back for game 2 right after this.
Second game. CHEN first. Red ball.
Back for game number 2, CHEN Meng on the right side of the screen before, in black and yellow, leading 1-0 over WANG Manyu in hot pink. Little break for WANG Manyu to get the first point off the top of the net. WANG Manyu only 18 years old, a little reminder for you. 23 years old, CHEN Meng. WANG Manyu clearly favoring the backhand, trying to stay away from CHEN Meng's forehand. With the long serve, she's patient at the back of the table, playing aggressively on the opening, trying to get into the points strong from the start. Backhand to backhand, CHEN Meng finds the middle of WANG Manyu. Gets the crossover. And after one wide backhand, really is just going back and forth around the elbow, trying to get WANG Manyu to hesitate, to turn.
Two all.
soft touch from Wang Manyu. Not as much rotation as CHEN Meng thought. Let's look at this backhand one more time. There's the deep push right to the line, and even though it's cross court, lifted up and out too much. I guess I should say lifted too much, goes up and out. Edge of the table for CHEN Meng.
3-all. Let 3-all.
No chance of that one coming back. High ball smashed for the kill out wide to the forehand side. CHEN Meng on top of the table. It all comes down to that backhand to start it off, and of course the forehand to finish it. Clever play here. This is one danger of playing the ball wide. You create an opening for your opponent. CHEN Meng playing wide to the forehand. Wang Manyu recognizing this opportunity to come around the ball and play it even wider back. Again, table tennis is a lot of how you use what your opponent gives you. You can see some creative use of the opponent's shot out here.
5-4.
Seemed a little bit predetermined there. Wang Manyu wanting to come in for that Chiquita on the forehand side. Flat hit goes just long from off 1 foot out to the forehand side. CHEN Meng is expecting it deep in the backhand again. An outstanding rally from these two way off the table, especially on the side of CHEN Meng, as you can see her driven back. Wang Manyu forehand after forehand. Still has to move her feet quite quickly. That's the final surprise shot, not out of reach for CHEN Meng, but a bit surprising and off balance. Solid flip right into the body. CHEN Meng with the placement. Again, quick to get in. She's comfortable. That scooping backspin receive. A little bit of a light push. The motion made it look heavy, which is part of the reason you got such an open racket from Wang Manyu back and the ball was popped up.
6-all.
Very physical and athletic play from Wang Manyu. I guess that could be said about both players, but Wang Manyu looks so agile out there. A little bit more limber than many of her teammates. Oh, just spanks the ball cross court. Some power on that forehand. That finishes the point against almost anybody. Just in over the table, gets the weight in. Ball not coming back. Beautiful backhand serve, drifting a little bit long, and Wang Manyu right there waiting. Shovel serve. So this is in between lengths. could see right there, it's almost batting practice at that length. If it's going to be long, it's got to be right at the baseline, jamming up the opponent. If it's going to be half long, it's got to come down right near the back edge of the table.
Late. 7-0.
Nice catch. Oh, another edge for CHEN Meng.
8.
Quick apology, wants to make sure her opponent knows some proper etiquette in table tennis for a net or an edge that wins you the point. You'll even see at the professional level, miscontact, anything that seems unintentional and fortunate for a player. Once again.
9. 7.
This isn't the first time we've seen a little bit of imbalance in the luck. Earlier today, similar situation.
Please. Nice.
Now in the forehand game, you might notice WANG Manyu a little bit more centered on the table, more to the forehand side instead of looking for that step around forehand. She's trying to prepare for CHEN Meng's wide forehand. And as a result of being there, pressures CHEN Meng to try and play it to the shorter side of the table. From that angle, there is no question about the quality of shot these two are hitting so low to the net. You could really see the distance on the ball, too, as it whizzes back and forth. Table 5 feet by 9 feet, with the ball going back and forth so quickly, so many times. Both of these players have the short stroke game. Trying to listening to who they're jayoing for. Add oil, go for it.
9-0. Late. 9-0.
It looked like there would have been a bit more side spin, bending out to the forehand of CHEN Meng, but she came straight under the ball. A bit of change at the last moment on the serve.
9.
Lob goes long, and that is someone who is not happy with her decision. Probably could have kept a closed racket. Might not have gone in, but she's played that shot back aggressively in the past. What are you doing, WANG Manyu, says WANG Manyu. Game point, CHEN Meng on the receive. There it is, another escape by 2 points. CHEN Meng takes a 2-0 lead over the younger and slightly less experienced WANG Manyu, but this match is far from over. It's a best of 7, so game 3 coming up right after this.
The third game. Wang serve. Love all.
Back for game number 3, WANG Manyu trailing 0-2 with the serve to start it off.
Love, 1.
Touch game, CHEN Meng moving well in over the table. Opportunity after all that work, and what a fight from CHEN Meng to take it back. WANG Manyu blocks so many balls and even slowly spins up a few before countering, gets the opening to the forehand side. Let's look at this one more time. That was when the table was open, but CHEN Meng so fast on the back. From that distance, WANG Manyu just doesn't have quite the threat, even with all her power. The footwork of CHEN Meng still covers the ground.
3, love.
Little tomahawk chop there from WANG Manyu goes long.
Oh. 1, 3.
CHEN Meng recovering the top of the net, staying cool. This is one of the most important things as far as balance goes. That CHEN Meng is able to stick with the ball despite the change of pace off the top of the net. Very light on her feet, a little bit forward. Tough to hang in there with that pace. WANG Manyu, backhand, first right into the body on the backhand side and then deep to the corner. But the pace here with the change of placement. How short the stroke is from WANG Manyu, elastic wrist there. Change of pace from CHEN Meng, keeping it deep to the backhand corner. We've seen 3-point leads before. It was 8-5 when CHEN Meng was up before WANG Manyu came right back. And again, it was a 2-point game for the last 2 games.
Oh. 3-5.
The injury that I spoke of earlier was the Asian Championships in 2015, where CHEN Meng was injured playing the final against Ju Yuling. Since then, she's really improved her, I'd say, physical fitness out here. Taking the time, another break off the back edge. What can you do? It's not intentional, it's part of the game. Just the balance hasn't really come back yet. And considering that the first 2 games were decided by only 2 points, while catching the back edge, just a centimeter longer, misses the table. It's a difference of 2 points. A point that your opponent didn't get and a point that you received that you wouldn't have gotten.
6-4.
So that basically turns the game around. But over time, again, as they say, the ball is round, table tennis karma. Things tend to even out. Looked like a banana was waiting on the other side. The Chiquita attempt. Wang Manyu starts to set up for the backhand and then pulls back for the long stroke forehand off the back of the table. CHEN Meng's placement close enough to the table to cause some problems. Right on top of the table and in control again. Second towel break, and CHEN Meng up 4 points now. Think about what you saw just there, the pushing game with the backhand, then the step around for the forehand. I mean, she came in for the backhand push too to open up. This is how important the short game is, having a complete game. It takes several shots, but the power of WANG Manyu comes back the second time to win the point.
Late. 5 feet.
As fast as it comes in from WANG Manyu, CHEN Meng turns up the heat. Says if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Look at this one more time. Backhand opening, and as soon as she gets into the forehand game, CHEN Meng is so confident. The percentages definitely favor CHEN Meng, forehand to forehand. And even on the backhand side, quite solid right now with the spin, and this is frustration. This is a moment where WANG Manyu has to try and figure something out. She's got her back against the rope. She's 5 points down, 5 game points to be down 0-3 in this best of 7. Again, neither player has a coach in their corner. Neither player has called a timeout just yet. What a quick reaction after blocking the first wide forehand, playing it quickly from the middle. WANG Manyu, let's look at this one more time. CHEN Meng with the opening, and it's the short stroke backhand from the middle too. WANG Manyu from the middle right into the body.
Late. 6.
Beautiful receive in the finishing forehand inside out. CHEN Meng uses the next game point after one saved by WANG Manyu, but an 11-6 victory, the most dominating game yet. And it's a 3-0 lead for the upper hand, the higher seed CHEN Meng. 3 games to 0. We'll be back for game 4. Stay right here.
The 4th game. Chen serve. Level.
Back for game number 4. CHEN Meng with the serve, leading 3 games to 0 over WANG Manyu. And this time a great answer to a ball taking the top of the net. WANG Manyu stays cool, gets the backhand rip into play. Now, a net ball like this is much easier to make something of than the back edge of the table, of course. Slowing down the ball, and it comes up into play on the table.
Love.
Trying to get in for that forehand flip. Again, didn't look like she got the right leg under the table the way she wanted. A little bit late to lean in. So it's 3 points to 0 for WANG Manyu to start off game 4. Now, CHEN Meng has shown that she is so strong in the short game. WANG Manyu looks like she's trying to get into the rally a little quicker. Long serve twice in a row. And not a point scored yet by the leading player, CHEN Meng. Still the streak continues. WANG Manyu looking to get serious here and turn things around. To come back from down 0-3, especially against a player so strong, be very difficult, but they are on similar levels. Both part of the Marvelous 12. And at the first towel break, this cannot be weighing in well on CHEN Meng. She doesn't seem to be too fazed by it just yet. We've seen comebacks from similar scores, but it's not outrageously likely. Crossing the finish line, CHEN Meng needs to stay focused to get through this match. Does not want to lose this game and give some confidence to her opponent.
7 love.
This is quite shocking. As close as this match has been, if anything, the only domination we've seen was from the other side. Again, no coaches in the corners, so all changes out here are done on an individual level. Still not a point dropped. Hanging in there for some rocket shots, blocking a back, countering with the backhand. We've got different camps in the crowd. We've got the Manyu Jayo, we've got the CHEN Meng Jayo.
Lit. Love it.
And finally a shot missed. Longer kicking serve to the backhand side. Still a long way to go in this game for CHEN Meng. Game 4, not too much distance left for WANG Manyu. She's got 2 serves here, just 2 points away from taking the game. Look how calm WANG Manyu is, using that wingspan even in the blocking game against the power and pace that CHEN Meng is bringing in. Kicking shovel serve deep to the backhand side of the table to start off the point, and it's 9 game points for WANG Manyu. Even though CHEN Meng takes this point, it doesn't seem like the same quality out here. There's been quite a dynamic, I would say a big shift here in control. WANG Manyu seems much more comfortable, and CHEN Meng seems slightly cautious. I mean, still some of the most powerful shots in the world, but not as powerful as we saw, not as free as we saw in the first 3 games. And then this rally, a much better rally, but still it goes to WANG Manyu. CHEN Meng 11-2 losing that game. What a way for game 4 to go. Just adds to the suspense factor for all of us watching. Game 5 coming up right after this. Stay here. right, and here we are back, Game 5. WANG Manyu on the scoreboard with their first game last game, and what a way to do it, 11 points to 2 over CHEN Meng. This is the CHEN Meng we saw in the first 3 games, and while some of these balls have been coming back, only on a few occasions did it feel like CHEN Meng had this quality of shot in the last game. Maybe she was on cruise control a little bit after a 3-0 lead, a bit too confident and comfortable. We've seen this many times where people relax too much. They have to keep their focus and play every point. As many will say as if it's 0-0. Of course, the dynamic of the score does change the mentality of players, but knowing how to use that to your advantage. You could see in that close-up how close to the back edge of the table it was, not leaving a lot of room for a stroke. Well played right into the body. When the ball's left high up on the table, this is the most common place someone should hit it. Partially because players are looking to cover the wide angles because they're available. I guess you could say that's the shot your opponent is least expecting. Feels like CHEN Meng just a little bit flat-footed in that rally. Softer, spinny ball. Calls for her to move forward a little bit. Clever play by WANG Manyu. But in the forehand-to-forehand rally, CHEN Meng seems much more comfortable with the timing. WANG Manyu with a very solid forehand. It just seems like she has a little bit of difficulty judging the ball. CHEN Meng playing it wide first. Fooling, you can see the body collapse there. WANG Manyu expecting maybe a ball back out wider to the forehand. Seemed like she started to move to the center of the table, though. Now, as soon as there's an opening, CHEN Meng sneaks through and plays it down the line. Step around down the corner, very compact.
Timeout.
Here's the timeout. WANG Manyu down 1 point. I think this is a good time for a timeout, at least this late in the match. Again, if there was a coach earlier in the match, probably would have been a more effective time for a timeout. Game 2, if WANG Manyu was able to take game 2, I would say the pressure on CHEN Meng would be quite different. It might cause her to tense up a little bit, have some hesitation in her game. But despite game 4, I would say CHEN Meng is starting this game off looking much more loose and confident. Again, she has a plan from the start. She's serving for the third ball, making quick moves, playing some risky shots. At this level of play, well, one of the most dangerous things you can do is play safe. This is a natural tendency sometimes when matches get close, especially at a lower level, to try and play safe. But that's when your opponent takes advantage and comes right back in. WANG Manyu back from the timeout on the receive, down by 1.
Late. 4-3. Let. 4-3.
In case you're a little newer to table tennis, there's no limit to the amount of lets you can serve. You could serve an infinite amount of lets in theory if you lived forever.
3-5.
I guess it would simply require your opponent and the umpires to do the same thing, though. Live forever. So steady from the middle of the table. CHEN Meng turning. WANG Manyu is going to have to be a bit more aggressive, playing in more to the body on the elbow of her opponent. Clever idea. She's got CHEN Meng back off the table, but she really has to come back into the table to take this ball early and create the angle. The opening down the line as soon as CHEN Meng turns. But she waits a little bit until the backhand game comes back into play. I think middle and deep backhand. And when she gets the step round, has to confidently counter. Wow, that's a backhand for the books. Look at that. This is the I can't stand it anymore. I'm tired of you winning points. Take this. This is a merciless backhand. Some blocks, the spinny forehand. Tuck, ball gone. Look how fast and low that ball is. CHEN Meng still staring down her opponent like, what's the secret to that shot?
6-4.
Sometimes you think you know someone well, you play with them a lot, and then a ball comes out that you've never seen before. A whole new respect for your opponent.
7-4.
Oh, the back edge, a little bit of luck coming back for WANG Manyu. Don't know if we saw the apology there, if that's sort of like a, maybe in the replay we'll see it, but either way, she's got to feel that she deserves at least another one or two of those. Just looking at it. No question, CHEN Meng pointing to the back of the table. Is a common habit of players sometimes to point to the back edge as soon as it contacts. Especially after the ball's been missed, of course, if you can't recover it.
5-8.
I think for all of us players out there, we've had that feeling before. Like even though you got a little luck where you would normally apologize, you still have a strong deficit and you need a little bit more before things have balanced out a bit. Makes it feel a little bit tougher to apologize.
Let. 5-8. Let. 5-8.
Edge of the racket, this ball's not coming down.
8-6.
Two-point game as we get closer to what could be the end of this match, determining our champion. WANG Manyu still fighting. Quick turnaround there. Little head shake of disappointment, but then positive energy from CHEN Meng before the point starts. CHEN Meng's so quick to turn around. Seen her in the practice hall training and just can't believe how fast she is covering the middle. Short stroke on the forehand. Fuller stroke as she drives WANG Manyu off the table. Completely understand that feeling. Driven off the table, not happy with her shot selection, getting a little bit sloppy off the back. The shot goes long. It is 4 championship points for CHEN Meng to take the title on this platinum event on the World Tour. Manyu with the serves against championship point. And there it is, CHEN Meng takes it, the soft shot just off the back of the table, and the shows you heard, she is thrilled to get through. The pressure right now on both of these players is finally relieved as CHEN Meng has earned the title of the 2017 Qatar Open Women's Singles Champion, and what a performance it was. So fast, so fit, so furious. CHEN Meng is back and in action, and I think we've got a bright future ahead. WANG Manyu, I'm sure you will be seeing on the World Tour, but she's still going to have a lot of trials to prove herself within the Chinese national team. Definitely a strong performance at the Qatar Open, but one player could not be beaten here. Look how close to the back edge of the table that ball was. Beautiful play and success for the title holder, the champion, the queen of the Qatar Open 2017. There's the recap of scores, 4-1. CHEN Meng takes it. And we'll be back in a minute with the match that the whole world is waiting for. It's world rank number 1 versus world rank number 2. Ma Long versus Fan Zhendong coming up for the men's singles final. Get yourself comfortable and ready, and make sure your friends are watching, because you won't want to miss it.
One, two. Nine, 8. CHEN Meng on the back 4-1.